Welcome to the fourth season of the Other States of America History podcast. Over the past 3 seasons, we explored American history through subjects often glossed over during your time in school, which was no fault of your teachers. As we have a set curriculum, and history with every day becomes a longer story. As such, this podcast does not focus on the states that make up our union. You've already taken that class, and I've already taught it. But rather the political entities that serve as precursor to, component of, or existing in defiance of those states. In Season 1, we did not learn about the state of New York or the colony of New York, but rather New Netherland and the Haudenosaunee, as well as the colony of New Sweden. In Season 2, we learned about New France and the natives of the St. Lawrence, both Season 1 and 2 ending in the pivotal decade of the 1660s. In Season 3, we covered the other English North, exploring super colonial entities like the Dominion of New England and the United Colonies of New England, while Massachusetts and Plymouth took a backseat to the story of the Wampanoag and the colonies like New Haven. Now, if you remember well your time in social studies, the story of the American South usually begins with the story of Pocahontas in Jamestown. It's an unavoidable story worth telling, but in this season of the podcast, The New Old South, I'm far more interested in hearing about the Powhatan people, a collection of native nations we have managed to overshadow in our collective memory somehow with just Pocahontas. I'm not terribly interested in her story, but the tale of her father, sister, and uncle reveal more of the Powhatan than Pocahontas alone ever could. Now, there may be listeners admonishing me for neglecting to mention the lost colony of Roanoke in our story of the American South. The lost colony is indeed not a state today, and so would fall in the other category, as our title suggests, but is so well known, much like the Plymouth colony in Season 3, I am omitting it in favor of the tale of the first Roanoke colony, a story seldom told with a definitive ending. Now, at this point, some of you might be throwing items at your speakers for not mentioning the Spanish presence in the American South. Not only will I cover the history of Spanish Florida, but I will cover the periods even some historians write off as uneventful. And I intend to start the season well before Ponce de Leon ever set foot on a sailing vessel, as we are going back to the mound builders of the Southeast, specifically in Etowah and later Coosa, and will follow the Muskogean peoples on their journey from chiefdoms to confederacy. Yes, Season 4 end-to-end will cover a larger geographical area and expanse of time than the previous 3 seasons combined. I'm excited you've joined me for the first step into a world full of conquistadors, semi-divine native kings carried on litters, pirates, deadly plots, and religious wars. These are the ghosts beneath our feet. Let's kick away the dirt.